How's my hair look?
It's picture perfect. How's mine?
It's beautiful. Hi!
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Whiskey Whispers. I'm Kevin.
I'm Nick.
And today we are going to try something we think might be memorable in the lineup of some scotches. So, Nick, you want to talk about it?
So this is a Scotch whiskey. The creator always had a thing for cake, which I believe was because of his grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
So he thought, well, what if I could encapsulate the essence of cake with the Scotch whiskey that we distill?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's, wow.
Yeah. So he decided to finish this particular Scotch in dessert wine barrels. And supposedly it brings out some of those cakey flavors.
See, I'm kind of concerned only because I think it's going to be sickening sweet, but I could be wrong.
I think because it's only finished in wine barrels, just the essence of that will be transferred and not a bunch of sugar, hopefully.
So here's the bottle. As you can see, it's got some cake layers to it. It's got a very nice color.
Yeah, very distinctive, eye-catching look on the box and the bottle itself.
Yep. We did get this at Total Wine, so this was a limited run, so I don't know. I looked at the website today and it said it was sold out, but that doesn't mean that they might not get maybe a few more in or something. So if you can find it in your area, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, if we like it and you can find it, then I would get it before it's gone because, like Kevin said, this is a limited run.
And Glenmorangie is actually a really good Scotch brand. If you don't know about them, they do amazing things with their scotches. So they've been known for a long, long time.
It smells very fruity, almost tropical. And I'm going to try it both neat and also with a little water.
Okay. Just
to see what the difference is. I'm just going to have a little bit.
Ooh, it is.
It smells very bright.
Yeah. And floral. It's like some floralness to it.
With a Scotch undertone. Mm-hmm. Scotch tends to have its own distinctive flavor.
I don't know if you can see that color, but you can see how nice that color is.
Almost pineapple-y. Mm-hmm. Like pineapple juice.
It's got some nice legs on it.
Normally when you swirl it, you can see the drips, and the drips are just now starting to show up, which tells me that it's holding its body well. Does have a bit of a sting on the nose on the scent.
I'm picking up, like I said before, when I smell in the bottle, I can smell that floral, that fruitiness. It doesn't smell overly sickening sweet like I first thought of, my first impression. Yeah, it smells really good.
It does smell good.
All right, cheers.
It definitely has a sweet character.
Is it me, or does it seem a little, in the mouthiness of it's got a little bit of a bite to it?
What's funny is only the smell is giving me the bite, the scent, and not the whiskey itself.
Interesting, because my mouth is kind of
tingly.
Yeah, it's almost got that peppery.
Yeah, I will admit to that. There is a little bit of a peppery, almost spice left in your mouth, especially on the tongue. Sort of tingles.
Yep. And it does have a long finish too, I noticed.
Yes, it doesn't end at the back of your throat. You can feel it all the way down.
Yep. So, like I said, I would stand corrected. This is not sickening sweet like I thought because of the namesake of cake. It's definitely not like that.
It is sweeter than most Scotch that you will try, though, for sure. But yeah, I'm getting almost like a pineapple upside down cake. Like I like to imagine what I interpret as the flavor, and that was the first thing that came to my mind was a pineapple upside down cake.
I'm picking up notes of almost, I don't know, like chocolate and floral, like I said before, but some mixed in with like some nuttiness at the finish.
Yeah. At the end, what's left in my mouth is almost a pecan.
Yeah.
Like a praline pecan. Which is interesting because the upfront flavor, I feel like there's a lot to unwrap here.
Yeah.
In the flavor department.
Well, and obviously it's kind of like those layers of that cake. It has its own
Yeah.
layers of it, because each drink you get a different taste and a different experience than you did with the first couple of drinks. So
Goes down nice. Very distinctive flavor,
yeah,
which sometimes can be good, sometimes cannot be good. But I would definitely say that this is a pleasant surprise.
I think the Tale of Cake actually holds its own. So
Yeah.
so, well, how would you rate this?
I do actually like it quite a bit. I'm not sure if it would fall in my top 10, maybe. It is distinctive, but in a good way.
Yeah.
This one's got a little more to unpack to it. I think the flavor depth here is more than the Swift. I think if you are getting into whiskey tasting, this is definitely a one to look out for and possibly try, because I've never had a whiskey with this sort of flavor profile to it. So
Yeah, the depth of flavor each time, like I said, you drink it is a different experience, different flavor profile, and again, it just reminds me of those layers of cake. And it maybe it's subliminal because of the box, as you can see here, but once you taste it, you really can tell that they
truly, I think this
Top is
picture really does represent what you will find in this whiskey.
yeah.
It is very complex, and there are so many things to find, and everyone may interpret the flavor differently.
Yep.
I'm gonna give it a 4. I think it's worthy of a 4. Not a 4.5.
Yeah, like Swift. Yeah.
But I do really enjoy it. I would highly recommend it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm in a little bit of disagreement, only because the pepperiness of the finish and the sting, if you will, in my mouth, I'm gonna give it about 3.5, just because of that. But I do enjoy the new experiences each time you drink it, and also like you said, the complexity of this brand of whiskey. It's really nice.
Maybe since we didn't try it with water, maybe we should try it with a hint of water just to see what we think. See if our minds change. When you're doing a tasting, I would recommend both ways, with water and without, just to get the absolute purity of the whiskey itself, drinking it neat, and then also to maybe find more of those flavors by cutting it a little bit.
You're gonna find different after you drink it neat. You cut it with water or you have it on ice. Each experience of each of those is going to be completely different.
Yep.
So
if you chill your whiskey, it's going to taste different.
Yep.
If you water down your whiskey, it's of course going to taste different.
Yep. It actually mixes pretty well too.
Yeah, sometimes when you add water to a whiskey, it almost separates from itself because there's a residue or an oiliness to it.
Almost like a butter.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, but after cutting with water, I'm really picking up more caramel and chocolate tones and notes in the nose than I did before.
I'm picking up on a little bit of that for sure. Definitely more milk chocolate.
Yeah. Drinking it neat for me was a little peppery on the palate and on the finish, but because we cut it with a little bit of water, actually it's a lot smoother. And now it's interesting because now I'm picking up more of the pineapple upside down cake and different flavors than I did before.
Yeah. Drinking this neat, I noticed how heavy the body was of it. Like, I mean, you can feel it in your mouth the weight of the whiskey. And this has a lot of weight to it. So honestly, I would recommend probably, after having it both ways, to cut it with something.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, not a lot, but I think it even broadens that scope of what the flavors are.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, just like the layers of cake and this box, it really truly does represent the different complexities of each experience.
Yeah, because now I'm getting like, instead of the pineapple, upside down cake, I'm getting more of a like birthday sponge cake.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Weird.
It's weird. Yeah.
That's super cool though. Even after we cut it with water, it's still, for me, a 3.5. only because I want to stick to my guns on the pepperiness and stuff, only because that's me and that's my opinion. But I definitely highly recommend you going to try this out for yourself and seeing what you think. We'd love to hear your comments down below. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Whiskey Whisperers, because we definitely want to grow our fan base, and make sure you just share it all over, because we definitely want to continue doing this. And a huge shout out to Total Wine for, supplying this stuff, because it's pretty cool.
Yep. Can't find this stuff at our local liquor store, so we made the 2-hour-long journey to get to Spokane and go to Total Wine, and it's an experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And so to A Tale of Cake with all its complexities. Have a good night, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.